Welcome back, my fellow DMs, to a new episode of Puzzle Hustle. In today's video, I'm going to show you an easy way on how to create a solar clock to use in your campaign. I'm sure your players are going to be surprised with it and happy when they find out the solution. Even though the tutorial is quick, I understand most of you are busy people. If you don't want to or don't have the time to do it, remember all my puzzles are available on my Patreon to download. That is patreon.com/puzzlehustle. Without further ado, let's build our puzzle. First thing we're going to do is create a clock-shaped town. Go to your Roll20 campaign or your favorite map maker software and create a square file. Mine is 21 by 21 pixels. Then go to the Images tab and look for dirt, grass or rock tiles. Depends on what you have in mind for your town. Then change it to a nice size and proceed to cover all the map, copying and pasting the tiles. Once you finish covering the map, go to Images again and look for rock tiles to create the paths that are going to be our clock numbers. This is going to serve as clues, so depending on how difficult you want to make the puzzle, you can use from 12 to 0 paths to move the shadow around. Try to keep everything in good proportion so the images don't look too stretched or pixelated. And don't forget to send everything to the map layer once you finished. This is really important because it's going to help you prevent clicking something by accident while trying to click on the obelisk's shadow. We don't want an empty piece of land, right? So let's populate this town and add some houses. Roll20 doesn't have a lot of house models, but with some twists here and there it can look decent. Spread the houses and turn them around to give the sensation of being different. Finish by adding some details like trees, horses, carts, and such to give the town a little bit of life. Now, look for a different set of stone tiles to make the center of the town. Try to look for something that makes a good contrast with the floor, so the obelisk can stand out and be the focus point of your map. When you finish, open a new tab. It is time for us to create our puzzle. Go to your favorite search engine and look for obelisk isometric D&D. You can try another set of words if you want different results. Then look for a nice isometric image with good quality and then save it. I know not everyone has Photoshop, so today we're going to be using a free online editor called photopea.com. Once there, go to File and open your image. Go to the left toolbar and click on Rectangle Select. Select the area of the obelisk, copy it and pasted it to create a new layer. You can delete the other layer. We are not going to need it anymore. Another option I'm going to show you is how to create your own obelisk. Go to the toolbar and click Rectangle Shape. Then on the toolbar above, select No Fill and Black Stroke. Choose a nice size for the lines, and then go press and hold the Shift key on your keyboard while clicking your mouse in order to create a perfect even square. Do the same one more time, but this time make the square a little bit smaller. Select your big square layer and move it to the middle of the file, right where the two red lines meet, and then do the same with the smaller square. Left click on the rectangle shape to see more options. Choose the line and then make an X connecting the square corners. If they are too thick, adjust the size in the toolbar above until you get a nice result. Don't forget to fill these lines with the same color you are using to avoid holes in the drawing. Then merge all the shapes together and click the option Rasterize to transform it into an image. Now you can fill it with your favorite colors. Try to use darker and lighter shades of the same color to give the impression of light and shadow. Once your obelisk looks nice, put it aside. We are going to make the shadow now. Select the rectangle shape once again and then set the fill and stroke options to the same gray color. And then proceed to create a rectangle. In this case, I did mine 100 by 300 pixels, but you can do whatever size you want. Then go and select the parametric shape and make it similar in width with the rectangle shape. Now put it on top of each other to create our obelisk shape. Adjust the size if necessary and then merge them together. The next step is clicking on Select Pixels and then press Ctrl+C to copy it. Then go to File and open a new project. Change the height to be the double of what currently is, or at least close to double. Press Create and copy your shadow in the new project. Place it on the top side of the file and then delete the background so the image can be transparent. Check that your image is exactly half of the size of the project. In this case, my project is 700 pixels, so my obelisk should be 350 pixels. Go and right-click on your layer and press Blending Options. Here, you are going to set the opacity of the image to something between 60 and 70%. Then go and save your shadow as a PNG document to preserve the transparency. It should go to your Downloads folder. Then, copy your obelisk in your new project and save it as a PNG as well. Don't forget to delete the background. Once you have everything ready, go back to your Roll20 campaign and upload your new images. Add the shadow first and adjust it until you get the size you need to complete the puzzle. An important detail is to keep the center of the image just right in the middle of the map. Now add the obelisk on top of the shadow. Adjust it and resize it. If the image don't fit in the center of the map, right-click on it and select the It's a Drawing option. This way, you're going to be able to manipulate it freely. Once you finish, rotate the shadow around to check if everything fits underneath the obelisk. We don't want the shadow to show in weird ways and angles. If you are not happy with the results, adjust the size and add some more props, like torches, NPCs, statues, and such. Congratulations, now we have our puzzle ready. A bonus tip is that you can double-click the shadow and change its color for more dramatic effect, like an ominous red shadow that announced death. So the way I like to use this puzzle is placing the shadow in a not so obvious spot, because leaving it in the 12 o'clock will be too easy to spot if the arrow moves right. What I do is leave my players some kind of clue or riddle in a dungeon previous to this town. It could be something cryptic or more straightforward, like meet the next step of your trip with the arrows strike 3 or something like that. Another good one I did was tell my players that the answer would be at the 5th sound of the bell, and then I add a church in the map. The catch was that the church was in renovations and the bell was damaged, so they didn't know what to do. They have to figure it out how to get the right hour with the shadow. Then, every time they went to a different area, for example a tavern, I would move the shadow a bit until they notice. Then, when they figure it out, I reveal whatever is in my DM layer. It can be a passage, it can be a specific building, it can be a ghost that only appears at that hour. Get creative and go nuts with it. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you like it and it helps your campaign. Remember that if you want to help the channel and download my puzzles, you can do it on my Patreon. That is patreon.com/puzzlehustle. Also, I would appreciate if you could like and subscribe so more people get to know the channel. I wish you have a great session and I will see you next week with another puzzle. Bye.